All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, Andre Johnson and former Texas receiver Andre Johnson and ex-Texas receiver DeAndre Hopkins tells Deshaun Watson to force a trade out of Houston. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically from experience, Andre Johnson, in so many words, said he wasted his career there. And just as Calvin Johnson wasted his career, in Detroit. And I'm a Detroit fan, and it's the truth. And basically he said that, as soon as I can remember the dude's name that walked through the door, I put on the screen. Basically nothing was the same. They didn't win. You got to ask yourself, why you ain't winning nothing. He did make it to the AFC Championship, I think, and they went up big on Kansas City. And Kansas City came back in each of their games from the second to the third round to the Super Bowl, But let's talk about it. Check out the NFL playlist. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And, you're talking to two OGs, DeAndre Hopkins been there, I think, before. Deshaun Watson, he's been through the losing seasons. He's been through the TJ Yates, the Matt Schaubs, and the other quarterbacks they didn't have there, and he still produced. And you had Andre Johnson that been there, I think, damn near since Houston started. I remember the year we took Charles Rogers over him in Detroit. And, out the U, he basically said he wasted his career in Houston. And that, if you want to win, you better get out. And they right. I mean, you need to help Deshaun Watson make those decisions. Now, should they kept it over the phone? No. If they cut Deshaun Watson, they find Deshaun Watson, guess what? It's going to be public. So, you talk to two guys that spent more years in the organization or before Deshaun Watson, that's telling them that you're not going to win there. You just wasted your career. And, you see a lot of quarterbacks that stuck in bad situations and with the franchise tag, and it ain't just 1 year. They could tag you another year. So you don't know if you're going to get injured or not. So you're stuck in a situation where, you got to get your money there. The NFL is designed for you to stay where you at. And it's also designed when you get hurt, those teams is able to cut you. You want to move around, buddy? You're like, nope. Come on, man. Be a good dog. But it's in a situation where you stuck. And then when they can't utilize you no more, when your game drop off, then they can cut you and not really owe you nothing, depending on how much guaranteed money you got. So that's just in the position that you win in the NFL. And then Kirk Cousins, he took a risk. He franchise tagged him. He made a bunch of money. Franchise tagged him again. Then he was able to find his way to Minnesota and get money. And he didn't injure himself. And that's the fear. That if you injure yourself, all you get is that money. Look at that. He injured himself and all he got was the franchise tag. It was like, $30 million? So, Deshaun Watson shouldn't have signed that contract. He should have took the tag or forced the trade then. You knew Bill O'Brien wasn't nothing. You knew the cap wasn't that good. They got the highest cap and one of the worst records in the National Football League. Come on, how does that work? And the year before, they just did go to the AFC Championship. So maybe they thought they had a better team than they had under Bill O'Brien. But, I mean, sometimes you got to let a brother know, hey, it's time to go. And then you look at Deshaun Watson, where he going to go? 49ers looking for a quarterback. They can send Jimmy over there. He got no more guaranteed money. Miami Dolphins looking for a quarterback. Maybe they could send Tua and give Texans their number 3 pick they got in the late Tulsa trade. Or maybe, Houston take a slave owner mentality and say, we're not trading you. Get out there and play. We paid you. At that point, Deshaun Watson got to figure out, do we want to pull a Carson Palmer and miss a year, 2 or 3 years, and then force a trade? But it ain't the NBA. He's not going to be able to go where he want to go. But if they value one of those quarterbacks, Herbert, Wilson, Fields, or Lance, if they value one of those quarterbacks, they can take 2 or number 3, they can take another quarterback if they want it. But, a perfect place for him would probably be Miami or San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Probably more San Francisco with the defense that they got. But it's huge when you got 2 of the greatest receivers in Houston Texans history telling the quarterback to get the hell up out of there. Get up out of there. They ain't winning. They ain't thinking about winning, And they can say, well, we just made it to the AFC Championship the year before. And they can say, we're not trading you. Either you play or you don't play. He can decide not to play. And then how they going to do it is they're going to recoup the money, the signing bonus money they took. So if you retire, they still can take some of your money. Ask Calvin Johnson. They let Andrew Luck keep his money, which they had a couple misdiagnoses on him, on his injuries, in which why he walked away from the game the second time. So they definitely going to recoup Deshaun Watson money. It depends on, if you want to play hardball. And if he do want to unretire, they still got his rights. And then they probably don't have to repay that money they took back. So the NFL is a dirty game. In the NBA, shit, you want to retire, you take the money with you. In the NFL, no. It's some slave owner shit. And hopefully Deshaun Watson, if he want to go that route, hopefully he invested his money in stocks and got his own business where, he don't need football. And obviously he love football, but long story short, he probably gonna stay put. They gonna play that slave master mentality shit, and they gonna make him stay there. There ain't nothing he can do. He should have forced a trade, but he shouldn't have signed that contract, to be honest. And Shannon Sharp didn't like the contract that he signed. But they say the way the contract is, it ain't hard to move. But think about it. You got Andre Johnson telling you to get the hell up out of there. You got DeAndre Hopkins say get up out of there. That's crazy. You already know how Hopkins feel. People say, well, Deshaun Watson didn't play well without DeAndre Hopkins. He needed Hopkins, but he had a career year. And nobody is going to remember. He had a career year with Cooks and before they cut Steele and Will Fuller before he got cut with Pitts. He had a career year. And J.J. Watt want to sit there and cry while people don't care no more playing Houston. It is what it is. We owe it to the fans and this, that, and the third. People tired. People tired of losing. But a lot of them dudes got their money, so they should go out there and perform. People say, without Deshaun Watson, without DeAndre Hopkins, he still was putting up numbers. Just like the defense couldn't stop nobody. Duke Johnson, he was okay. I'm not Duke Johnson, but they got him, but David Johnson. He was okay this year, but they just had a hard schedule in the beginning, and they never was able to recover. They had a very hard schedule in the beginning. Very hard. Chiefs, Ravens, that was atrocious. And they never can get back on track until teams seen what the Chiefs did, what the Ravens did, what other teams did to them. And all they did was replicate that and beat them. But my honest opinion, he should get up out of there if he can. Then they're not gonna trade him where he want to go. They're gonna trade him in spite. You see a lot of times when teams trade great players in spite and don't in the NFL, don't get adequate compensation back. They can trade him to Minnesota. They can trade him to Chicago. They can trade him to 49ers, but watch they try to trade him to the New York Giants. They try to trade him to the Jets for the number 2 pick in Darnold. Watch. That's how the NFL is when it's come to black players. They don't send you. Look at they send Randy Moss to Minnesota. From Minnesota to Oakland with the Raiders. They don't send no black person where they need to go. Look at Minnesota. They thought they were sending Stephon Diggs to a terrible situation in Buffalo, and he was what Buffalo was missing. They ain't trading him in Buffalo because they thought that was a good spot for him, or that was the best deal they had. I heard that wasn't even the best deal they had. They traded him to Buffalo out of spite, so he can suffer there, and he ended up being what they missing. End up going farther than Minnesota. End up having a career. Well, he probably a career year in Buffalo, and him getting traded to Buffalo at the right time. That was right, but they didn't trade him to Buffalo for him to get his shine on in my baby voice. No, they traded him to Buffalo for failure as a punishment. That's why they traded their brother to Buffalo, and that's what they do to you. Why should they try to trade Deshaun Watson to the worst possible situation? I guarantee you. You got 49ers, Miami, who got like the offer. All these teams, they gonna try to send that nigga to I don't even say the Browns. They pretty good this year. They're gonna try to send him somewhere like the Raiders. They're gonna try to send him somewhere, somewhere ain't good. But to be honest, probably is the right decision. It's bad that this ain't the NBA where he can force a trade where he want to go. If that's the case, I think he want to go to San Francisco. Well, a lot of people live in California because of their bullshit conservative laws. Probably Miami would be the spot for him. I don't think Chicago would be bad, but, it is what it is. He signed the contract, thinking everything was all good, and it ain't. But let me know what you guys think about Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins telling him to basically leave Houston and force a trade. And basically, he ain't returned the ownership or front office calls, and he didn't like when they hired the Patriot guy. So, man, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, all my social media links in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. We also got a Facebook group. The links there if you want to advertise your business on the channel. Video requests, just chop it up. All my links open. Want to make a donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV.